What do we do when the fog rolls in? What do we do when all of a sudden all the landscape of the familiar is shrouded and we're not sure? How can we amplify and strengthen these 10 ways in which leaders truly shine during difficult times? Let's start now with number one. Number one is called take a stand. One of the most important things we can do as leaders during turbulent times is take a stand. Typically, when unexpected things arise, we have a standard survival reaction, fight or flight or even freeze. But leaders break through all of these standard everyday reactions and rise above the noise. So what's happening in a turbulent time, in a market transition, in the introduction of a new competitor in the marketplace, of a change of expectations, in a personal health challenge, whatever those things are, it's almost like in that picture, the fog rolling in. It's obscuring the landscape that we were familiar with, the roads that we knew how to travel, the places that we relied on as markers of our journey and of our performance. So the question becomes, what do we do when the fog rolls in? What do we do when all of a sudden all the landscape of the familiar is shrouded and we're not sure? Well, some leaders may struggle. They may be in fight mode, they may be in flight mode, they may be in freeze mode, but I like to introduce a fourth mode, which is what I like to call rise above or beacon mode, to become a beacon of stability and meaning and value during the turbulence. So just like this picture of the Coca-Cola building in Atlanta when a fog rolled in one evening, and it was really the only thing you could see above the fog, but it was a recognizable, strong, bright, familiar beacon, an image, a word that we recognize. As leaders, we want to do the same thing for ourselves. So we want to wake up every day and make sure that we recognize we're taking a stand, that the market's not happening to us, but with us, and that we can rise above the fog, but also for our customers, our clients, our colleagues, the people in our organizations, because they're going to turn to somebody and say, who's got this? And as we just proved, you've got this, but they need you to stand above the fray. They need you not to be in the mode of worrying and concerns. Now, you may even have worries and concerns, but in the leadership role, you may not indulge in those in the same way that others do, which is to basically be in the constant talking and worrying mode. You instead have to assess the situation and take a stand. Reaffirm or reevaluate if necessary your strategy, but then be clear in saying, this is what we're going to stand for. This is us rising above the noise. We are stable amidst the turbulence. We are able to stand strong against the unknown, and that is going to give people that attunement, that alignment that they need. And to be quite honest, it's the alignment you need in your mind every morning. As I was recently saying to someone who was concerned about the amount of inventory in the marketplace, I reminded them that if you wake up every day and say there's no inventory in the marketplace, you'll convince yourself that there's no reason to go bring inventory into the marketplace because there's no inventory in the marketplace. It's a self-fulfilling mental cycle. Instead, if you stand strong and say, there will be inventory because we know how to bring it in, you take a stand against the tide of normal worries and anxiety out there, you will free up now that capacity to take action. So the first and most important thing during turbulent times is to take a stand and make sure you know what you stand for and then begin to communicate that. Now that's really